Hello, welcome to Day One Patch Podcast. You watching it?
Yeah, I'm looking right at
Episode
it.
263. I'm your host, Ryan Johnson, Matt Lawrence.
Yeah.
Adrian Petty's back.
Hey, we recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, two of us were recording, and Ryan wasn't recording himself.
Yeah.
Great. Just me and you talking while there's dead air.
Yeah.
Some of the top stories this week. Rockstar launching a new PC launcher because we all needed that. Gears 5 is having a fantastic release for Microsoft over there. PS4 sales have hit a new milestone in the U.S. And Death Stranding apparently needs sequels, according to Kojima. He's trying to push a new game genre, and he thinks that he needed more to make it an actual genre.
Does that speak to the game's weirdness and his lack of confidence in the first title?
I don't think he has a lack of confidence in the first title, but he believes he's made a new genre of gaming.
But he thinks that it won't catch on immediately? Like, he doesn't think that people are going to go, like, crazy for this?
Well, no, a one-off is not a genre.
But it would become, like, not necessarily a cult classic if it's popular, but, like, along those lines where people go nuts for it.
I don't know, but we'll get into that. What are you guys up to?
Go ahead, Adriano.
What have I been playing? Some Resident Evil 6, because I'm an idiot.
What does that mean?
Because I've restarted that game, and that is not a game worth restarting.
Damn it. Is that what that bald dude?
What?
There's, like, that bald dude, and then you, like, run around with this one random chick? I have random pieces of exposure to Resident Evil, so, like, that's my memory.
Is it first person you're thinking of?
No. So
it's pre-7.
And I played it split screen.
Then you're playing number 5. You could be playing 6, but you're most likely playing 5.
And the guy's like, I think the guy has red hair. Like, it's either, I don't know whether he's bald or it's like extremely short red hair.
Oh, then that's Jake from 6.
That's his name, Jake. That's right.
Campaign 3, also known as a Jake campaign.
So that's the one you're playing?
Yeah, that's actually the one I'm playing right now.
All right.
So I'm playing that. That game fucking sucks.
I liked it I liked it split screen, but I could see it being bad
that
by
game
itself.
Fucking sucks. It is.
Jesus.
There's so many things wrong with that game. No, it's not even worth getting into. I'm not even going to bother. Let's move on.
Oh my God.
I'm playing
Wow.
Gears 5 with Ryan.
And that was pretty good.
Yeah, the first chapter was really good. I didn't realize there was a fucking boot camp. If I had known, I would have gone in ahead of time and played it. But so
Didn't
I
take you
skipped.
long. Didn't take you long, though. Or you skipped it.
I skipped it.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally just exited out. We started that. It is a good-looking game. That is a fantastic-looking game.
Yeah.
The attention to detail and even the little tiny, like when we were in the theater level, we walked into the one room and it was you had said like it was a dressing room. You're like, all the stuff they had to design for this one room. It's
never shows up in the game again.
never going to show up in the game again. I zoomed in on the postings board, and every single page on that posting board had a specific message. Like it was just like somebody typed it out. Like there was an actual like memos page, and there was a sign up sheet, and there was like a newsletter, and they were just all over the place. And every single one was a custom page.
Mm-hmm.
The attention to detail was absolutely fantastic. The locker, the food, the walk-in fridge, the food.
That's
Man,
right.
that food looked delicious. It was so well rendered.
Yeah.
But overall, it's very Terminator-esque. And it wasn't until we got to that part in which now the Terminator DLC makes sense, or the Terminator pack makes sense.
I don't know if you're going to get that.
I don't care if I get that.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
You had to have played it like in like the first week since when the game was out to get Sarah Connor and T-800, I believe.
I don't give a fuck. I've also been playing some Gran Turismo. I'm trying to chip away at the Overwatch Bastion event, which is timed.
I finally got time to do that today. Yeah.
Did you do all of it?
I just got the first 3.
The first 3. Okay.
First 3 wins.
I haven't even gone that because I only play competitive, and my win-loss rate is brutal in that one. Have you watched any of the Twitch stuff?
The first 4 hours.
Oh wow, you're way ahead of me. Okay, shit, I need to catch up.
Well, I streamed it on Thursday. Whoever was streaming then,
was it a guy forever? Was it a guy building Lego?
No, he was playing, but
okay, because
the one Grant something.
Yeah, because the one that I watched was a guy building Lego and he was building Overwatch maps. And then I might. So like literally on the way here, I got a call from my brother, and he started playing. I convinced him. He started playing Dead Cells, and he got like a couple waves in, and he's like, I'm explaining to him the game. Now thinking about that game, I want to play that game again so fucking badly.
You didn't delete it, did you?
No.
Okay.
And plus, it's a Steam. It's on Steam, so I'm fine there. But that game is so fucking good. I kind of just want to play it again. I think that's it. I want to start playing Control. I'm trying to avoid spoilers in that game, and I'm finding it very difficult. But holy fuck, do I want to play that game? The problem is I also want to play Quantum Break first, so it's gonna be a while.
You don't need to play Quantum Break.
I don't need to.
But Quantum Break, you have Game Pass now, right?
Yeah, but
Quantum Break is on there.
I also have it on Steam. I'd rather just play it on Steam.
Okay.
Yeah,
We already have it. Just do it then.
Yeah, I already have it. Yeah, but I want to finish Resident Evil 6 first.
Oh my god.
Matt, I know it's a problem, all right? I know. But then like Bloodstain got added to Game Pass as well.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give that a go.
The
actually.
curse of the, but it's all I think the PC Game Pass, not the console.
I have both. Yeah.
Yeah. So too much shit. But I think that's it.
Matt?
Hearthstone quest.
Oh yes. Oh, that's default. But that. Oh, I also downloaded, made an account, and ran. I haven't actually played anything yet because I was going to start this week. I hadn't had a chance. Magic the Gathering. It's finally out of beta officially, and it's on PC. So
Is that free to play?
it's free to play. I'm sure you have to buy stuff in game, but
Card packs and whatnot.
Yeah. They keep on sending me codes. Like I have promotional codes in my email now that I need to start redeeming. I'm guessing I'm gonna get some stuff, but I'm gonna give that a go. I would love for another card game to impress me.
Is there a mobile version?
No.
No.
So this is the worst part about it is it's been in beta for 2 years, and right now, still at launch, it is only Windows PC.
Although remember, Hearthstone was like iPad only when it launched.
Oh, it was only PC when it actually launched, and then they brought it iPad, and then they brought it.
It was
iPhone.
on iPad for a long time.
Yeah.
I remember hearing rumors of it coming to the iPhone, and it was like took forever.
Yeah. I need something to really take me away from Hearthstone. That would be in a Magic that.
You want to go away from Hearthstone?
I would love to have a game to take me away from Hearthstone.
Wow.
But I know it's not going to happen though. Like I said, I would love a game where I could draft cards, not randomly selected. I think
like Mage Wars.
exactly. The only card game, and that game's fucking fantastic. But there's no
digital version of that.
Yeah, it is such a niche game. There are very few people who play it, and just me and my board game group happen to like it so much that we all have our own copy and we color code our cards and we play like that. But it is the only game where you draft your cards. You do not randomly select it, which is a very different concept. All right, now I'm done.
Matt,
what the hell have I been playing?
We've been making your way through Gears as well.
Oh yeah, so I've been going through the Gears universe. So we completed Gears 2 a couple weeks ago, and then so now we're 4 hours in. So we do it on
About
stream
4 hours, yeah.
of Gears 3.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing that. We've been playing Red Dead Online quite a bit.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was on sale. I just randomly looked last weekend. I think after the show we looked.
Took me 2 days to download.
Took you 2 days to download it. I started downloading it late that night and started playing it that night. But we just been sort of grinding away. But I like the grind in that game because I just want to do free roam, and I don't want to do free roam in single player because there's a finite amount of stuff to do.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that it's just a slow grind because at the end of the day, so I had $1,200 yesterday, for example, and I went in. I didn't realize you could upgrade your guns for free. I thought it was all with gold. So Aaron's like, no, you can modify the actual performance parts for the most part, with gold or with money. So I like spent a bunch and I had like $600 left. And Aaron's like, wow, you spent like quite a bit. But I was like, yeah, but like at the end of the day here, like in this game, I'm going to be buying clothes and horses, you know, and maybe the odd wagon or something. So I just want to ride around it like and be a cowboy, I think, in that game. I just like the world enough that I don't mind earning 0.2 or sometimes 0.08 gold for a mission. I don't.
Yeah, there's enough there that I want to like build up to.
Yeah.
To buy or to own at some point. So it's just kind of slow. And I mean, the game is supposed to be slow, but.
Well, the thing is like I don't think that you're supposed to necessarily choose a goal wholeheartedly, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want to say like, oh, I'm just gonna get to the top of anything. Like you're not supposed to say like, oh, I want to get to the top of trader. I want to get top of this.
I do want to get to the top of bounty hunter though.
No, like that's always like a goal, but I think it's supposed to be more of a stretch goal. I think what we're supposed to be doing is exactly what we're doing. Oh, we log in, do our dailies, and then but if there's a hard daily, we don't really bother, like whatever. And then it's like, oh, I want to get a few levels in traders, so we do that. Oh, we're bored of that. Let's go do this.
What's kind of annoying about the roles is you have like a role level, which unlocks new gear.
Yeah.
And you get these little blue tokens, and I'm not really sure how you get the blue tokens yet.
It's per rank, like
so you have to get XP to rank up to get the token.
Well, there's rank rewards, and it's oftentimes the token. It's not always though.
And so the tokens unlock the ability to buy the gear, and then you have to go buy the gear with money, and they're expensive.
Well, so something weird happened, and I don't know whether I was misreading the menu. Before I signed up for a role, I went into the Wilderness Outfitter, and I saw the stew pot in my purchase menu, and it was $6.50, I think, retail. And when you guys said you have to unlock it and then purchase it, I didn't actually think that you guys were correct, but apparently you are, because like Aaron actually did eventually buy it. And I don't really understand what the hell I was looking at unless it was actually locked and like I didn't realize the purchase button was actually...
It's very tiny, like the lock symbol on those catalogs.
Okay, so maybe I just missed it then.
Yeah, and it's always dark and hard to see your catalog. And the text is a little blurry too. So I don't know
you could zoom right in though.
Oh, can you?
You could zoom like right in and read like the fine print.
Okay. But overall, it's fun just being a cowboy, just riding around.
Yeah, about the Ultimate Edition. So as a part of that, I think I got a grand. Well, I unlocked that. So I have the Ultimate Edition and I got the Twitch benefits. So like I'm not sure which one gave me what, but we got the free bounty hunter role. There's the free trader for just like logging in or whatever. And so right now I'm thinking of buying the pass, like the battle pass or whatever the hell you call it. So I'm at the point where I think where I could buy the 25 gold. Like there's a discounted 25 gold pack first time purchaser thing. So I was thinking of maybe purchasing that in a bit because the pass expires in like November, I think. And then there's actually gold rewards within the pass.
Yeah.
So I would then actually get enough gold to then unlock the collector, I think. So then I would only be purchasing once. Whereas if I do it the other way where I buy gold, spend it on the collector, then I have to then buy gold again to buy the pass. So, but I don't like that there's a pass.
It's weird when it's not like a battle royale.
It's weird that there's other stuff to unlock constantly. Like with Fortnite, I understand that there's still the item shop, but the game feels like most of the content you're getting is from the battle pass, in my opinion.
Well, it's like a handful of things, and they cycle through in the shop.
That's
Red
the thing.
Dead, it's like everything you have to level up to get it, but everything's pretty much open available to you.
Yes and no. Like you can't really buy a lot of the guns and stuff.
Well, that's what I mean. You have to unlock them first. But,
Yes.
but it's always going to be available for you. It's not a limited time. Here's 6 things in the store, and that's it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I guess that makes more sense then. But I think that I'm wondering whether or not there's a better way for us to get gold, or whether it's just the matter of doing the dailies. I'm not really sure, but I mean doing the streak. If you get like the top streak, that would really help for sure. Like it's over 2 times, I think, or something like that. So then you're getting like a significant amount per day. But
right. Yeah, not bad though.
It's been pretty fun. Like I mean, for $40 or $50, like I paid, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. I've been playing Gears with Adriano. I've been playing Gears with you on the stream.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of Gears in my life right now. And I've been playing the Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC that I purchased and never got back around to.
I'm surprised you went back, honestly.
I just kind of booted it up one day, just randomly. I'm enjoying it. Almost done the first chunk of DLC.
Chunk? How much is there?
There's 2 major DLC packs, but they're separated into stories. So the first one's like 3 stories. And so I'm on the 3rd story of that. So,
hey, here's a question regarding Control.
Okay.
Based on what you've seen and what you sent me, remember that poster showing the different stages? Do you think that DLC is going to be worked into the main game, or do you think it's going to be a post-game thing? Like, can you see them just like unlocking those areas within the last house, or
they are going to be new areas on the map? They're not going to be like
a separate launcher?
No. So it's a free roam house,
Yeah.
right?
And
there are different corridors and sections and
yeah.
wings of this place. The DLC will be, as far as I know, will be adding new wings
To that area.
It's
It's very Arkham Asylum-ish,
so
right?
I think you can do both. You could probably play it if you're going through the main story, and you can play it after the main story. So, why you want that DLC?
I just want to know if I should, when I do play it, if I should just, if it's out, do everything together, or do the main game and then do that afterwards.
It's going to take a while for it to come out, though. I'm not sure how.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be well into 2020
because they laid it out, and it's pretty far down.
Yeah.
So by the time it comes out, just play it when it's if it's accessible during the main campaign, then just play it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing?
The controls have been great.
I know. I'm so fucking excited to play that game.
That's it. That's all I've been playing.
No Hearthstone.
I haven't. I opened Hearthstone today just to do some updates, and that's it.
Oh, look at you!
Freaking updates.
Because it updates inside the app too. So you download a big 1.5 gigabyte update in the App Store, and then you have to download more stuff.
Because the one inside is kind of optional. It doesn't need it to run. It's like sound effects and background animations. And if you run the game, if you run a match without those, you just don't have like sound effects, and you don't like the cards are very basic.
How much are they updating the sound effects though? Like, because it seems pretty often that it updates in the app.
I think what they do is every time they add new cards and they add new ones, they're just deleting the entire package and then just re-downloading it. So
that sucks.
Yeah,
But to say that seems like such a waste of bandwidth. Like,
I mean,
you do it on Wi-Fi.
Fortnite does the same thing though.
yeah,
You download an update in the App Store and then download an update in the game.
Oh yeah, Matt, you want to hear something about the GeForce experience that we discovered yesterday?
okay.
That sometimes,
Oh my! It's so annoying.
yeah. So you know how the GeForce has its own launcher and how you can just add games into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I discovered yesterday with Gears 5 is if the update isn't done properly or whatever on the back end it isn't done properly, it will duplicate the titles in GeForce, and you'll have two tiles. I had two Gears 5 tiles. It wasn't until I went into the details in which I saw the versions that they're outdated. Mine was 1.067 and the other one was 1.068, so I had to delete 1.067. Ryan had 1.064
and 6.9
and 6.9 or 6.8 or whatever the latest one is, and so we had to delete the 04 one.
And then what settings would it take? Like, what if you went in there and said, like, I don't want VSync on specifically in this game, so you set it at the driver level?
I'm
or whatever.
assuming that it would only the one that you adjust that matches the current launcher level. Like it wouldn't, if you try to adjust 6.4, I don't think it would actually change it because there is no version there anymore. Like the directory is.
So if you
dead.
actually press play on the 6.4 version, it wouldn't actually work.
I doubt it. I didn't bother.
But the game supersedes the GeForce thing. So any change you make in the game will just kick off the GeForce stuff.
Right. I'm a little bit worried about this. This is a little off topic, but I'm a little worried about this GOG Galaxy 2. It's been kind of silent.
Well, it's a big undertaking.
A big undertaking that I have a feeling they're going to have to cancel.
No, they would. If they've made it to announcement and they it is coming out. Where they are now, it is absolutely coming out.
I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out and is limited. Didn't they promise chat across all the platforms? Doesn't someone have to like?
Well, the chat would be through their service. It wouldn't be through the game, right?
I thought it said in GOG Galaxy's thing that they were going to allow chat across all the services.
But that sounds like you can boot it up in Steam while playing with your friend in GOG, and just chatting through the GOG chat. It doesn't matter on PC what you're running.
Let's take a look here. GOG Galaxy 2.0. All your games and friends in one place.
I am really scared that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be a Rockstar launcher.
Well, yeah, let's hop into our first story here because it's actually about that. So Rockstar just launched their new PC launcher, and if you get it right now, you can actually get Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for free. So I already claimed that in there. And the big thing is that Red Dead Redemption 2 is not on PC. So a lot of people are thinking that this might mean it'll come to PC, which is what you're waiting for.
Yes.
But you have a big issue that...
Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
Well...
It's not that big.
Big to Adriano.
Yeah, it's not that big. I wouldn't even give a fuck. I'd be like, oh, I guess I can't do this. Moving on with my life. Like,
well, you would... I'm still going to probably play it. I'm just not going to have it the way I want. I just hope that they come out with specs so fucking ridiculous that I can't even play on PC. Then it force me back to console for that.
I can't see that happening.
It's not going to happen. Okay? I'll have the specs on PC.
So this launcher is going to be able to support a bunch of their titles, even ones that aren't through their launcher. So if it's installed on your PC somewhere, like through Steam or whatever, it'll be able to find it and like show it in the launcher. It's also going to feature cloud saves, automatic game updates, support for disc-based and digital games, even if they're bought from another storefront, and more. So there you go. I already downloaded it. I already checked it out. It's all right. It's like just normal game launcher.
Yeah. So my gripe. Oh, what the fuck am I doing here? My gripe with it is, well, it's the Rockstar Social Club. Is I don't have my username for it, and I had this problem with EA Access or EA Origin, but I was able to fix it, and I was able to convince EA to relinquish control back to me for that one, because it turns out I did own it. It was inaccessible to me.
And how'd you prove that finally?
I was able to get into it eventually because I had guessed at the email which doesn't exist anymore. So I'm like, I'll just try this email that I would have made it up with, and I'll try it because I looked at it based on the year, and I said at this year I was using this email, and at this year I was using this password format. So I literally just dug through my brain, fucking found the password I would have used. I just tried it and it worked. Like I got into and I'm like, holy shit. The problem was though, in order for me to change the email address, to change any details in the settings, I had to then supply with an authorization code in which it was going to send to the email, which no longer exists. So I had enough information in front of me. I was able just to contact EA. I said, hey, look, this is a situation, this, and this. And then they said, okay. They're like, we still see an Xbox profile attached to this one. We are going to message this Xbox profile. You're going to get a personal message from us. Let us know what the code is. So
my God.
They literally sent me a message on Xbox Live, and I just spat the code back out to them. As soon as I did, they're like, okay. And then they just relinquished. They're like, what do you want? Yeah. They're like, here you go. What do you want the email changed to? I'm like, this. And they were surprisingly helpful, and it was surprisingly easy. I will actually, for as much as shit that EA gets for that, it was really easy to.
But now Rockstar
is a different situation because I'm utterly convinced that the Alpha Tango 47 profile is mine. I'm convinced that it was made because I was explaining to Ryan, and this is what pisses me off with a lot of third-party accounts that are made in games, especially when you launch a PlayStation or Xbox game. They usually say, "Hey, sign up for this account. We'll do it right here in the thing." Is they don't have you fill in any information. And a lot of times it's just they literally just clone, they like stamp whatever information you currently have on that thing. So I'm convinced that when it was either Grand Theft Auto 4 or Red Dead Redemption or L.A. Noire, when I launched it and I had to go through the social club shit, it just made an Alpha Tango 47 account. And it just assigned a password somehow, or it somehow made a back-end account with my name over it. And
is it attached to any of your things like PlayStation?
It would be attached to Xbox Live, but the problem is my Xbox Live is also attached to my proper Rockstar social, like the one that I can get into. So I don't know how it would be attached to both, unless the email in which it was attached, because the email that I had with my Xbox Live account back then is not the email that I have attached with my Xbox Live account now. So I don't know if that was the email. So I tried doing a logging in with my email on Rockstar Social Club with that. Couldn't do it. Tried to do password recovery. Didn't find the thing. So now I'm starting to guess. Oh, maybe I don't have this account. But if I find it odd, because with my username, it's very rare for me not to have that. Like it's
for because your origin one was you.
Yeah, when Rockstar when I can find the user and I search the user and I can find the person on Rock's social thing, like it says this account's private. Like I'm utterly convinced that is me. I just can't get into it. So I'm going to explain to Ryan. I'm going to dig out. I'm going to dig out Grand Theft Auto 4 on 360, Red Dead Redemption on 360, and L.A. Noire on 360 because it was one of those three games. I'm going to dust off my 360, and I'm going to
boot it up and go to your social club.
Red Ring.
I'm going to see if
really.
I'm going to see if I can get. I booted up my 360 the other day because I had to take off. They had me disable two-step.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what You know what I found? I know I explained this to you already, guys, but you know what I fucking found with Microsoft? A massive privacy issue where my security emails and my receipts and subscription receipts were being funneled to an email address in which I don't own anymore. And anybody could have just made that account and had access to it.
That's scary, man.
Yeah, it's super fucking scary. I brought up. They contacted Xbox. I'm like, guys, like this is a big deal. And then they're like, oh, it's like, well, just don't close that account again and just like leave that. Like, I'm like, no, like this is like I want to shut down this account, but the problem is though anybody can just happen to make that account. I was able to remake it with the exact same letters. Anyone in the world could just happen to make that email with those combination letters, and then my receipts that I'm purchasing now are somehow being funneled to that. So I tried to explain that to them. They didn't at first understand what I was saying. Then when I more clearly explained it, they're like, "Oh, it's just an alias thing. You have to just like take off. You have to like take off your alias with your Microsoft account." I'm like, "No, like I did this." They're like, "No. If you go to your alias page, it's going to be there." I'm like, "I promise you, it's not. Like I did this fucking 10 years ago." So finally, like after I showed him, I'm like, "Look, one account, not aliased." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "I'm gonna have to open up a ticket and we'll have to." He's like, "There's something going on in the back." I'm like, "Yeah, no fucking shit. That's what I contacted you about." So that's my current gripe.
I've been slowly going through my emails and stuff, trying to fix it all and make sure it's all correct and have unique passwords and stuff. It's aggravating sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Password
Although
management's brutal.
switching my iCloud account, because normally I log into my my Apple stuff with my Gmail, ironically, and I switched it over to my iCloud account finally, and it just literally did it.
Yeah, I imagine that'd be pretty flawless. So
Yeah.
let me ask you. So is your iCloud like at iCloud.com email? Is that your primary iCloud email?
Yes.
So
Well,
yeah.
it's technically left over because before iCloud, Apple had their cloud service, which was an @me account.
Yes.
And so I originally have an @me.com account. That when iCloud came out, they gave me the iCloud email, but it's simply an alias over top of the me account.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. So
but that iCloud is original in the sense that.
But is the iCloud the primary alias?
Yes,
Well, then it's pretty much the.
it's yeah.
yeah. See, with me, my Gmail is still set as the primary, and iCloud is the alias. And I'm pretty sure I tried to tell it to swap, but I don't think it actually did it. Or I don't know if you,
I literally did it the other day. You can do it now. Yeah,
you could
I
swap,
think,
or do I have to remove one?
no, it just swaps it. But once you swap it to iCloud, you can't swap it to anything else.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. As
Yeah.
long as I can still keep the Gmail as a secondary.
Yes,
Because my Gmail...
that's how mine is now set up.
Because my Outlook is my recovery for my Gmail. My Gmail is my recovery for my Outlook.
Mhm.
And my Gmail... I want my Gmail to be my recovery for iCloud. I also want my Gmail to be recovery for my Yahoo.
Yeah, so that was all simple, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But I had some issues today with my Marvel account because what Disney did is they got rid of individual accounts across their different platforms. So they own Marvel, right?
Yeah.
So if you had a Marvel account, they said if you have a Disney account, the Disney is now the default account, and your Marvel account is being wiped out. Same with Star Wars. So now you just log in with a Disney login.
Which inherently I like better.
Yes, but it's rough when you had both accounts.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what do I sign with? So today I was kind of freaking out because I thought I lost all my comics
Yeah.
because they're all on my Marvel thing, and I couldn't log in.
So how'd you fix it?
I just did the recovery thing, but
Yeah.
it's nightmarish sometimes.
Goddamn account manager. What the hell's going on here?
And I
It's-
got like 100 different other accounts I got to go
It's
through and
fucking
sort out.
brutal. I fucking hate duplicate accounts. I hate shit that doesn't work properly. I hate when they can't have a username. Like Magic the Gathering did it right. Like Microsoft did it right. Is here you're making an account. Your account is this number, and then you're just aliased over this. Like so anyone can have that fucking username, and it's not an issue.
Here's the worst part too. In my password manager, Disney is not listed as Disney.
Where is it listed?
Listed as go.com.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Go.com.
I don't use a password manager.
Sounds
They're
like a
all- they're all
goddamn
up
Go
here.
Transit
But
site.
what's dumb about this is it does show up when you type in Disney, thankfully. But I was having trouble with Microsoft where it shows up as live, not Microsoft.
Well, there's a bunch of problems. I have one that shows up as Microsoft Online. I have one that shows up as Office. Then there's fucking Live. There's like 3 or 4 different things. So now I gave up. Like I just don't care now.
What the?
That sounded like scary.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
All right, this isn't a freaking email podcast, which would be
It should be. I could fucking
boring.
I could fucking rant for days on that.
As a brief aside, real quick, just to correct my GOG thing, it's bring together your friends from all platforms and see their online status.
Oh,
No
so
matter, but it does say no matter which platform your friends are on, you can chat with them.
I imagine it's through GOG chat though.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That would solve it pretty easily.
But then does it go through GOG chat and then send an Xbox Live message if you were on Xbox
Oh,
Live?
you're talking about the invite stuff, not just chat. You're talking
Well,
about
what I'm talking, like, let's say, for example, you're not on your PC, you're on your Xbox. So I could see your online status. But then it says you can talk with anyone no matter which platform they're on.
Oh, do they mean console platform? Or
It just says no matter which platform your friends are on, you could chat with them.
I have a feeling they're talking about PC platform.
feel the same,
But wait a second here. It says if you go up to the previous section called Your Games, input all your games from PC and consoles. And then there's more information about that.
Wow, this is
This is what I'm saying. I don't think this is going to work.
If they can follow through on this. This is fucking
I'm going to freaking use
revolutionary.
this if it works. I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to work.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be slow though. My problem with the GeForce thing is you launch a game, it has to boot up Steam and then boot up the game.
Oh, I
And
don't
it's like
I
an
don't
extra
use I don't
step.
use GeForce to actually launch anything.
No, but I'm just saying I'm worried that GOG
Yeah.
is going to do the same thing. If I own a game in Steam,
oh, it will.
it's going to have to launch up Steam
yeah,
first.
it will absolutely have to do that.
It takes forever.
Yeah. It's
That's not
absolutely
a
gonna
really
do that.
convenience when I can
That's
just go
why
right
you
to Steam.
start them all at startup, and they
I'm
just
not
run
doing
in the
that.
I'm
background.
not doing that either.
I'm very efficient even with my tabs. For me being as unorganized as I am, like I hate having a bunch of tabs open.
You know, what Microsoft announced.
Oh,
you know
no.
the multiple desktops that I
Yeah.
use. I have them pre-designated. Like I have one for just basic stuff, then I have one for like all my game launchers sit in another one. I'll have Plex and stuff in there. I'll have like all settings and updates that I'm running are in another one.
Yeah.
And if I'm editing, I have like all my Adobe stuff open in another one. They're now letting you name your desktops.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm like, about fucking time. I can't wait for that to be.
Can't wait for it to
broken on day
break
one.
your
Yeah.
break your desktop.
It's gonna
setup.
do something dumb. Oh, we formatted your drive because we couldn't name desktops.
Speaking of Gears 5, it sets a first-party Xbox Studios record for this generation.
Holy crap!
Comes to us from GameSpot. Gears 5 has set a record at Microsoft's biggest launch week for a first-party game this generation. The company announced that Gears 5 hit 3 million players on opening week. That gave it the highest first-week player count of any game since Halo 4, which launched in 2012. Notably, the first-week figure included the 4-day early access period that began on Friday, September 6th, which only included the Ultimate Edition purchasers and Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. So this is, I think, nearly double in Gears 4, which is incredible. On PC, the game was an even bigger improvement over its predecessor, tripling Gears 4's PC debut. That was us. We were part of that.
Woo!
Although you didn't play it the first week.
You know what, Ryan?
But yeah, that's pretty good.
That's really good.
It's funny because Gears 5 is a direct continuation of Gears 4. Like
It picks up right after.
It picks up
yeah.
immediately. In fact, they have a massive recap cutscene at the beginning of Gears 5, which pretty much just takes you through Gears 4. Like if there's one Gears you could skip, it's probably Gears 4. But don't.
I'm not gonna skip because I'm not in a rush.
You gotta play Judgment after.
I'm gonna play them all. That's fine.
That's a rough one.
Is it rough because you play as Baird?
It's rough because you essentially replay all 3 games over again, but just in a different perspective.
From fucking Baird's perspective?
Yeah.
Do you really? Is that how it is?
Yeah,
I might
much,
not
yeah.
play Judgment.
Did you ever play the Enter the Matrix game?
Yes.
What a smart game.
Is that from the other crew's perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Niobe and that other guy.
Yeah. I really like that game.
I'm kind of sad they don't do movie games anymore because that was really
Yeah.
well handled.
I used to say like that's one of the few good iterations. But
And they filmed like more cutscenes, like they had live action cutscenes, so it would fit with the movie and stuff.
yeah.
That was cool.
Is that re-released anywhere? Like, could we play that now if we wanted to?
Is it on PC maybe?
It was.
You remember the Matrix had an MMO?
Yeah, it was called Path
Matrix
of Neo.
Online.
I was
Oh.
gonna say, about probably the Matrix Online. Fuck.
That was weird.
I thought that shut down though.
It shut
Oh,
down.
yeah.
But I remember when that came out. I remember
Was it
seeing
called
it at
Enter the
frickin'
Matrix? Was the
Zellers.
game?
Oh, Zellers.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Rest in peace.
Enter the Matrix.
that's real sad.
And Enter the Matrix, you could actually like quote hack the game. You would type in like codes and then have different game modes and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there was like a 1v1 kind of fighting mode, and then you could unlock a samurai sword and stuff. Yeah, That was a really good game. I liked it.
Some movie games are good. Lord of the Rings games are good.
If they actually put the time into making a good game, yeah, and not just like a sellout.
Are you excited for the Tomb Raider adaptation game of the movie?
Oh my
Which is gonna be
God.
fucking
That's not gonna
horrendous.
happen. That's not gonna happen. Hopefully, we get a new Tomb Raider game at least. Don't know what's happening with that.
I feel like it's not going to happen until after the movie. I think they're probably going to try to keep the hype train up in general.
GameCube.
Well, the team that made the first two is making the Avengers game.
Yeah.
But
That'll give it enough time, right?
But they have that third team, or that third game team, whoever made the third one.
But they won't release it right away after the movie. They'll announce it after the movie. Like they'll have like a CGI trailer.
It's still probably 2 years away, if at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Which one?
Which I'm saying that to keep the hype up about Tomb Raider, this second Tomb Raider movie is going to come out a couple months later or whatever. They'll probably announce it with a CGI trailer of a game, and then a couple of years later or a year later, they'll have the game out.
I have a feeling if they do another Tomb Raider game, it won't be the same studio.
The third one wasn't the same studio.
Oh right, was it a B team or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say B team, but it was a different team. Next up, PS4 hit a new milestone in the U.S., again from GameSpot. After reportedly shipping 100 million units worldwide, it's been revealed that the PlayStation 4 has shipped more than 30 million in the United States alone. That's almost one for every Canadian.
That's a lot of PS4s.
The U.S. could have bought all the Canadians a PS4. Now I'm wondering how many PS4s are in Canada. Because if we're like 35 million people, but the U.S. is like 320 million people or whatever it is, and they bought 30 million, like. Is there only like 2 million PS4s here? Does that sound right?
It feels like a lot of people have consoles, but maybe they don't.
Because remember, the console marketing, like anywhere, it has to be split between. Some people only have an Xbox. You have to take that into account.
Yeah. Although, like some people, like I'm wondering whether it's just because we associate with people that would have consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you took a single suburb. I wonder how many wouldn't have one, like a modern console.
There's probably a lot of families that just have one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very true too, and that's like 1 per 5 people even sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, so the U.S. alone is making up 30% of PlayStation sales. Other markets include Japan at 8 million, Germany at 7 million, and the UK at a little under 7 million. So yeah, we must be around like 1 or 2 million, I would think. Because we have a less population than the UK.
Because we have like what 30 million, 35 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say about 2 million then.
All right, our last story for this week. How much time we got? Matt, you got a Query Corner question?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Last story. Death Stranding sequels might be necessary, according to Kojima, again from GameSpot. Speaking to GameSpot, Kojima indicated that Death Stranding alone may not be enough to give Strand games the performance he wants the genre to have.
Is this a franchise now? What the fuck is this?
No, he's trying to create a genre of Strand games.
Strand games.
What the fuck does he mean by that?
I don't know I haven't watched the gameplay because I don't want to until the game comes out. I want to play it for myself.
I listened to a couple of people who on a podcast when they were trying to watch it, and then they said because it was all in Japanese.
I think an American one has come out now. Or
It
English
has
one.
come out? Okay.
An English one has come
It
out.
was the auto-generated YouTube subtitles were not doing it justice. So that was problematic.
I wouldn't trust the auto-generated thing yet.
Yeah,
But I don't know what the gameplay is. What is a Strand game?
I don't know.
He's talked about how he wants you to connect the world or something, or it's about connections and making connections.
I am so fucking curious about this thing. I don't.
Have you ever played a Kojima game?
I played the early Metal Gear. I played like Metal Gear Solid.
The original?
Metal Gear Solid, not Metal Gear. There's a difference. Metal Gear Solid is the
PlayStation
first
1
of
game.
the franchise in which you so adore.
What did you play?
What?
Which did you play?
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it this way. I don't really play Kojima games, but I did buy Phantom Pain. There's a point in Phantom Pain where you escape a hospital that was shown at the trailer and stuff like that. And then suddenly a massive flaming whale flies through the sky.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I was like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
So that's just how...
Yeah. It's
Like,
just,
what the hell is going on in this?
It's his universes or his games are just like weird things are happening, but it's a normal thing in that universe. You just accept it.
It's weird. What's strange about it is the fact that humans still have like the standard things. It's like we have standard hospitals, we have standard this, but we don't have like I don't know things to prevent whales from flying through the sky or something.
I don't think that was real.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, he's coming out of the hospital after surgery.
Who is?
Snake.
Oh,
So I don't think the whale is real.
like he's all screwed up.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So yeah, Kojima goes on to say that, what is put forth in Death Stranding could serve as the foundation for the genre, but Kojima also expressed a desire to refine them, which would also ensure awareness of the genre remains. And he says, quote, "I'm not really sure," he said when asked if Death Stranding would become a series. "The most difficult part is when you create something new, you have to create a sequel and then a third version, or it will not remain as a genre. When this game comes out, there will be a lot of pros and cons, and these elements could become the essence of the core part, but I think it's better that I keep it going in a sequel."
Well, buddy.
I mean, we had to play the game to really know what he's talking about.
So I'm wondering if he's anticipating somebody else doing a game of the same genre or another game in the franchise, or if he's planning on doing multiple.
It's probably like I remember the press all saying that the system in Shadow of Mordor was going to become like a thing, but only Shadow of Mordor did that.
I am shocked that nobody fucking copied that.
But the thing is, not many games have you fighting an army.
But like, I'm surprised that a game hasn't come out around it, because like the Shadow of Mordor like tree or whatever like that. What was it called? The Nemesis system.
Mm-hmm.
That Nemesis system was actually not that like intricate. Like they could have did a lot more. I'm surprised a strategy game hasn't come out with that.
And the sequel didn't even do much more with it.
That's the weird thing. It's like, could you imagine a strategy game taking that over? Like we play Civ. Could you imagine something like Civ, like at that level with turn-based whatever with some Nemesis system? That would be crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm just saying that's an example of a genre, a new type of game play. I guess that wasn't the whole game, obviously.
Well, is he planning on doing another type? Like, do we know what his next project stretch goal is? Like, do we know that he wants to make this into a series?
He apparently has other ideas he wants to make.
Okay,
but if this sells well, you have to go where the money is,
right?
And so he'll probably make a sequel.
Or would
Sony's going to want a sequel.
Would he though make a B team?
Here's the thing though. So Sony's funding this development.
They're partnered somehow, but it is coming to PC.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're going to be playing this on console.
Yes, I've already pre-ordered it for PS4.
Wow. Okay.
How much was when's it coming out? I mean,
is it 2019 or 2020?
We can find out right now.
I'm assuming it's 2020. I feel like I have a
feel. I was going to say that I'm surprised I haven't heard about a delay already again.
I'm going to say March.
November 8th, 2019.
What? That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised I haven't heard about a delay to 2020.
Oh man, you mean I'm going to hear my entire November is going to be here about this shit?
He did say that it is an exaggeration that he takes a long time on games.
It's an exaggeration. Well, he took. How long was this?
Everyone was saying, "Oh, he takes forever to make games," but he was saying that's not true.
How long did it take for this?
Like, when was it first announced?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
We also don't. Announcement isn't assuming development.
No, but what's interesting about that is because
a lot of his time was spent getting the technology.
He was touring and stuff.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, this is interesting. That is there enough of a gap where he could make a launch title for the PlayStation 5, and it could be a sequel to this.
I don't think so.
No, not enough of a gap.
No, we're like a year and a half.
This game will probably come out on PS5, but
well, depends on how that backwards compatibility crap works. A lot of these games might just not bother making an HD version
if they just work,
or they might do an HD version with all the DLC packed in.
If it works the same as like the PS3 games coming to PS4, I think they would take this game and make it a PS5 game.
Oh, okay.
If it's a similar thing, but yeah, you're right. It could be different. But I'm excited.
I am excited to watch from the sidelines. To be
curious, but when I do tip my toe in the oil, it's going to be on PC.
Tip your toe in the oil.
There's oil in the game too.
Oh, that's right. Is that what you're referring to?
Mm-hmm. See, Matt, I'm with it.
You're hip with
then
the kids.
They changed what it was.
So it was it was announced at E3 2016.
Yeah,
So it's coming out 3 years. He made it. So he didn't take a long time to make this.
No, really,
That's
yeah.
a normal production cycle.
Considering he was also setting up a new company.
If it comes out, yeah. This is the last minute delay.
But even a delay wouldn't make it that much of a longer development.
Like it might be like March 2020.
But we're coming up in November. We're coming up quick.
Yeah, I know.
coming
That's
up
why.
quick.
Like that, I thought for some reason it was like March 2020 or something like that. I didn't know it was going to be this quick.
Yeah. You should play the rest of the Metal Gear games.
No.
No?
I want to live the rest of my life.
What do you?
Yeah, that is one thing that I
That
can't
sounds like
invest myself in.
Remember we got Aaron to come play them for us?
We got the first two done.
That
yeah.
sounds
I'd
like
never
a
played the first two.
massive undertaking.
That's the thing. It's too big.
Yeah.
At least play three. Three's so good.
The thing,
No,
see,
I can't. My neurotic
Let's
brain
go back
won't
to
let
that
me.
argument we had, or that debate we had with Tim, where it was like, I don't want to invest in another world, and it's not due to time. It's because I'm invested in Fallout and Red Dead and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. What's your query corner question?
Well, I want to go back. I want to talk about that one story that about the digital games being resold. I think that's an
Oh, okay.
interesting conversation.
Okay. Oh, was that the one you meant to put in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you sent it today, but I made the document yesterday, so I'm like, I'm not editing it.
Yeah.
again.
So this was in France.
And you sent the article. You told me.
I believe it was in France, but okay,
It was, yeah.
The point is not the details of the case. The point is like the principle of the matter. But anyway, so in general, it's like a court ruled in France that games that were on Steam should be able to be resold, and so that kind of opens the question of like, should any digital good be able to be resold, with the exception maybe of consumable items or something?
Did they cite Steam specifically or any?
I believe it was Steam specifically. I don't know the details of the case, but
Let me just pull up that article if I can find it here.
Yeah, you pull that up. But like, so this opens this up though now. So where it's like, when I first read it, I was like, that's stupid. But then you said, just like on a one-off comment, consumer rights.
Yep.
And I thought, again, I was like, well, I don't know about that. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, it is kind of weird that I can, like, if I'm done with my PS4 and I have a fair bit of disc games, I could just like sell that off and then like reuse the money or whatever to like buy a PS5.
PS4 is also willing to let you completely shut down your account and close everything and forfeit everything you've ever bought. No problem. They'll do that in a second. Then if you ever wanted to go back, they just make you rebuy it all over again.
But what's interesting is Steam's appeal was that they are a subscription service.
Steam's not in a subscription.
That was their appeal. But now
They shot that down though, didn't they?
the court like fired back at some degree. Did you pull it up
Yeah.
there?
So this is from Engadget. In a court decision that could fundamentally change how Steam operates, European Union consumers have won the right to resell their Steam titles through Valve's digital marketplace. French website Next Impact reports the Paris Court of First Instance ruled on Tuesday that European Union laws allow Steam users to resell their digital games just like they can any physical product. Valve's lawyers attempted to argue Steam was a subscription service, according to French publication Numerama. The court, however, rejected Valve's defense, saying Steam doesn't sell games as part of a subscription package. The court went on to say Valve's policy on game reselling is against European Union laws that govern the free flow of digital goods.
Okay. I like that. But what determines a French Steam account, though?
It's probably just the. Oh, that's a good question. I was gonna say that where you open it, but then what if you move immediately?
Exactly.
After?
I'm like, but like, what's stopping me from just opening up a like? What if I just have a .fr?
Well, you buy it from a French Steam store.
Exactly, but you can also like sign in and can't you? I'm pretty sure you could transfer stuff between.
You know what's kind of
One
scary
Steam
about
account to
this?
the
But there must be some data on there that said you bought it from the French
But,
Steam
you know,
store.
but the thing is, okay, so I'm gonna use phone numbers as a perfect example. Nobody fucking changes their phone number anymore when they move. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
You move across the country, you move across the globe, you just keep your phone number because we're in a world where we're dealing with a digital communication system anyways, and the phone number is just an identifier, not an actual telecommunication line. Like I have a client right now he lives in Canada, but he has a Mexico number, so I have like a Mexican number in my phone book, and I just call that, and it's not an issue at all. So it's like
wouldn't that would be an issue?
Why would it be an issue? Because of the amount of digits?
Oh, but he changed his plan over to an American one.
It's
or a Canadian one.
It's a Canadian plan. He just keeps his phone number.
Because his phone number is like a digital number that identifies him.
I was thinking if he still had like his Mexican plan, then you'd be calling long distance.
No. It is Canadian reception, but like it's a Mexican number. So yeah, just dial this number. It work. Okay. So I find that incredibly odd, but it's the same thing. It's like I wouldn't change. Like I'm not going to change over my emails if I like I always jokingly say like if like give me a reason to leave Canada, I'll move to Austria. Like I'm not going to change over my phone numbers. I'm not going to change over my emails. I'm not going to change over my marketplaces. I'm not going to do that. So we live in a world where I can just change environments, not change marketplaces. So now what distinguishes whether or not I'm bound by Ontario or Quebec? Because I had this argument with a consumer rep about a certain loyalty program that they had changed the policy on, and they're only applying it to Ontario residents and not Quebec ones. And my argument's like, what makes me how am I determined to be a Quebec or Ontario resident now?
Well, the residency makes sense.
But if I just fucking change my address, like I can get a PO box and assign that account to that box in Quebec. Am I now bound by those laws?
No,
is that
think,
how I protect my loyalty?
No, I think it isn't a residency. Like in terms of legal thing, is like I'm not a lawyer, but as far as I understand it, it's like it's literally where you reside.
Yes, but the point is, so again, with this specific loyalty program, when they have you make the account, and I checked, they don't have you pick your province. Like nowhere in the sign up process was it ever where do you live. It's only name, first name, last name, email address, and phone number.
Yeah.
It's like what if I live in Ontario, I have a .com, but I had a French phone number. It's like how do you determine that I'm an Ontario resident, not a Quebec resident? Or how do you determine that I'm not a French citizen or
IP address? Huh? IP address.
Yeah, what if I am legitimately a Quebecois, but I had just happened to make the account while in Ontario? What happens then? Because I made the account in Ontario, it's always going to be bound by Ontario laws?
It would be this similar, like, I think it would be like an auto-detecting system in a way that's like, semi-imperfect, like Netflix would select. Where it's like they, like Netflix eventually circumvented the fact that people were using VPNs for the most part. But like it would be a similar system in that they would, like it would be similar to that where it's like it's not perfect. It's just like Netflix puts in a system. If you circumvent it, then you circumvent it. So like some people take advantage. Like I have friends who've taken advantage of on EA Origin, the prices are actually less in Brazil. So if they want to buy a new game, I've seen them switch their country to Brazil, buy it in Brazilian dollars, which their credit card will convert for them, and then they change back to Canada, which is actually a bannable offense against their terms of service. But like they've done it to get a discount. That's how they do it.
Yeah,
because the point of the matter is like now you as a consumer are now circumventing a normal system. It'd be like you getting pissed off that like. It'd be like somebody hacks into the bank.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily the bank's fault.
Yes,
it's like somebody intentionally broke in.
I get the payment thing because those prices are set based on the economic standards.
Yeah,
and that I would argue that you should not be allowed to do that. You would have to be bound.
Yeah, it is a bannable offense.
Yes, and that's fine. But specifically, it's like I can make what's stopping me from making a French-based Steam account? Like I can do that now and buy into the French marketplace. Likewise, I can be in France and buy in North America or be in the American or the Canadian Steam marketplace.
There might be some sort of thing with this that like comes in where it's like there's certain laws and certain like regulations with buying certain things in certain countries. Like there's certain regulations against buying a .ca if you're not Canadian. If I don't know the full sheet, but like I'm pretty sure I know there's certain regulations around like if you lived in France, you lived there your whole life, for example, whatever, and you still live there, there's things limiting you from buying a .ca because you're not Canadian.
Buying .ca, anyone can go to any domain and make that account in that.
No, region. Yeah, you can, but you have to sign an agreement with .ca specifically.
But I think this is aside from the original point of reselling digital goods.
Yes.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the laws of like we're circumventing.
We're not going to solve that, yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
but what are your opinions on reselling digital goods?
I'm literally torn. I have no idea. I literally don't
I'm for it.
Well, like you're for it, but the thing is we just had we've had multiple discussions about how game developers are being screwed out of like a certain amount, and like Epic is pulling the moral high ground where they're saying, oh, we're paying less, or we're taking less rather, and giving the game dev more. Well, people have fucking Steam libraries, especially in terms of single player games, where like the game doesn't need to be played at the same time amongst multiple people. Literally, people have Steam libraries, including myself, out the ass.
Mm-hmm.
All four of us, or all three of us, and we could include other people that aren't here right now. We could just have like a little thing where it's like, well, Ryan, you buy Control, I buy Red Dead, you buy something else on Steam, and when you're done, you sell it to Ryan for 2 pennies, and then and then you sell it to me.
I don't think. Can you?
You sell it to me for 2 pennies, and then I'll sell it to you, and then when we're done, we'll just sell it back to each other.
We also don't need to do that. If it's on Steam, we could just share each other's libraries and play for free.
Well,
we can literally lend out the game on Steam.
No, but in terms of like talking specifically about digital goods, like in terms of selling digital goods, like isn't like this is opening the door to like very easily doing this.
Was that a problem when discs were the only way to play?
No, but there is a logistical problem.
Yes.
You have to drive. You have to drive to that person there.
You're bound by the physical.
Yeah, but if you're friends with someone, you're gonna see them at some point.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. That's not
Necessarily. Not if. How often do we see Aaron?
No, but the driving is inconsequential.
That's pretty consequential.
Yes.
Wait, whoa. You guys thinking of the driving to someone's house
driving
to hand them
Aaron's
a disc?
house, which is an hour away?
Absolutely.
You could mail it to him.
No.
Oh, now we have to mail it.
Have you ever?
Wait. Hang on. You guys are jumping on me because you think it's crazy that you can hand someone a disc. But Matt, you're saying it's crazy that you can sell something to someone for 2 cents.
How many times have you repurchased something on Steam?
How is that a difference?
How many times have you repurchased something on Steam or on digital marketplace because it's easier than using the disc?
Yeah.
How many times have you done that?
I've gone to digital. What I'm saying is
No. I'm talking about you have a physical medium or something. How many times have you repurchased that digitally because it's more convenient?
Yes.
You yourself.
Yes.
Where the logistics are, get up and go to that shelf.
Ryan, I think you're
wait.
severely underestimating like the laziness of people who don't want to like get up and actually physically sell that.
That's fine, but was it a problem of people sharing discs?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as prevalent as
it isn't as prevalent.
Yeah, like
you could sell it to me this afternoon, and then I could sell it back to you when you want to play it later.
There's a difference between like two kids on the playground.
They were okay with that happening. They were okay with that happening.
They're okay with that happening because the resale laws in the United States allow us to do that. We're allowed to
if you have
resell
resale laws on digital goods.
But
what's the difference?
But the difference is we could literally communicate in an instant and sell it in an instant.
Correct.
And immediately.
Yes, but you were also saying you could just share the username. Matt could log into my Steam and download it.
No,
and play it there.
No, yes, but
why is now selling it somehow a greater crime?
No. I'm not saying it's a greater crime.
I don't mean a legal crime, but a greater.
I'm not saying it's a greater crime. What I'm saying is I think that the sales will decrease.
Yeah.
I think sales will decrease, and I think that game prices will then be forced up because literally,
game prices in the US probably should be up.
Let's hypothetically say I work nights, you work days. One of us could buy Control, and you could sell it to me for the night, and then I could sell it back to you for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally
what
I could hand you the disc.
No, I have to drive out here.
There's Ryan. There's the physical act of actually getting that disc to somebody changes that completely.
Because I have to have a car that works. I have to have gas. I have to have time. I have to get there.
What about EB Games reselling discs?
No, but
you gotta drive to EB Games.
Yeah, you have to drive. Yeah,
yeah, but people aren't literally hot swapping in the moment.
Why are you still using disc then? Why did you go digital?
Because it's more convenient. Yes, I understand that.
Hold on, Matt.
So then, why are you're fighting against us when you went digital because it was more convenient?
Yeah.
Would reselling discs become a greater issue
if they could teleport?
If you could increase it by like 100%.
I don't understand that.
People could easily get the disc.
If you could teleport it, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It would then become a problem.
It wouldn't. It's not a problem. It's something that the market would have to adapt to, just like it would have to do.
That's not a problem.
No,
to me.
think about cars. Think about cars. This is the prime example of cars. With Tesla's new tech plan. Okay, we keep it in tech. We talk about cars.
Okay.
Tesla wants, or Musk or whatever, wanted to lower the price of cars. He gets electric cars way down in price. Now he's saying, no. You have to buy your car quickly because if you don't, people are going to be able to rent them out as taxis, and so are we going to do that?
Yeah.
Car sharing and Tesla sharing, whatever you want to call that, Tesla taxi, let's call it. Tesla taxi is a way for Tesla to only sell a single car, serve, let's say, 10 people, and as a result, that car's price increases.
Yeah.
The logistics of doing that today are possible. But it requires you to drive to my house, let's say, give me your car, and then how are you going to get back? But now with cars that drive themselves, the logistics have now been improved. The car backs itself out of your garage after charging itself, drives to my house. I get in the car. I drive to Hamilton. I get out of the car at the mall. The car takes off. Adriano's car comes and picks me up. The logistics is better.
Co-ownership, especially in a automated and digital realm, it changes.
It changes everything.
It changes the balance of just transaction. Ryan, there are whole subreddits dedicated to hot swapping permissions on Plex servers. There are people who are putting requests for shows that they want. This one person says, "Oh, I have this one here. Come on to my Plex." Likewise, a person who gave that permission is then going to ask for this, and they're going to get hot swapped onto this Plex server. And they literally are just swapping in and out constantly to circumvent purchasing anything on a digital platform. That couldn't have happened not in that state with physical DVDs or Blu-rays. Like the physical trading of disc greatly limited that. There used to be CD burning parties, especially in the early 2000s, where everyone would bring
not many,
but it was a scheduled thing where everyone had to come to the dorm or the house, and everyone brought their crates of CDs, and you got passed around. When you have a digital way to do that, where I can literally message you saying, "Hey, I'll PayPal you $5. You sell me this. I play for the weekend. We'll PayPal about $5 back at the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
And bring it back." Like
this is amazing.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you're underestimating the people's ability to fucking mass organize and mass self-regulate a system that would let them abuse it.
Okay, I agree. You've convinced me. I don't think it's going to be as bad as that, though.
I'm not saying it's not going to be as. I don't think it will be.
It's going to be like the Netflix thing where everyone shares a Netflix password. There's literally jokes that there's only like one Netflix account.
But it only allows two screens. It only allows two screens on the standard account.
Yes.
And that is self-regulated by Netflix. Yeah. But
clearly the content creators know there are people working on getting their content for free.
Yeah.
That's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Okay. So
now,
is this the end of the world? That
it's
you can
not the
then
end of the
sell,
world, but
your Steam games? And you're for this.
You will see. I'm absolutely for this, but you will absolutely see
the price increase
spikes, and you will absolutely see adjustments in sales. Like set 3, 6, 9, 12 months after the fact, you will absolutely see this. And I'm for listeners, I'm doing a fucking wave on the ground. They will absolutely be able to track that if this gets implemented on a mass scale.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Now, the one thing I will say is that I don't mind the idea of selling the stuff because it's kind of nice to get rid of the old shit. There's a lot of old apps I've purchased that I just don't use anymore for whatever reason or whatever.
Now, if they wanted to really make this viable and make sure they still make it profitable, what the publishers and the developers can do is assign digital licenses to it, and I'm assuming that would have to happen. You have to give it a unique serial number like everything else.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to know what the transaction history of that product is like anything else.
Yeah.
You buy a car, you need to know where it came from.
The Carfax or
you
whatever.
buy this couch, you need to know where it came from. So if they wanted to make sure they release those digital games in waves and limit it, like at a certain point they stop selling digital versions of it. And if they ever feel like, hey, we need more copies of it, they will then release another 10,000 digital copies of it available. But if
you're saying they could run out of stock digitally.
Yes. And if you do that, you can then self-regulate the market and say that would help adjust the prices. Because then there'd be more demand. And if there's less copies of Control or Control 3, whatever it is by that point, then that would help solve that problem.
This is partially circumvented by the fact that a lot of games are online. So it's like if us three want to play something, then we all have to have it. It's also circumvented partially by the fact that stuff is live. But like if you were done with Overwatch because you were going to go play a Heroes of the Storm event, and I'm a very casual Overwatch player, it would actually make monetary sense for me to purchase it off of you for a penny, and then I just owe you a game for a penny.
It also creates, yeah. Again, but Steam, for instance, already has a Steam sharing capability.
Yeah, of course.
So that also doesn't need to happen because we can just lend each other our libraries. So, And I imagine that other platforms to compete with Steam in the next 3 to 5 years are probably going to have something similar.
Well, all these streaming platforms too. If
all
all these
streaming-
gaming becomes streaming, you're going to share those passwords.
The thing
with
is, though,
people.
is with those streaming platforms, though, I can actually see the logistics are too difficult now.
Yeah.
It's starting to get to that point again.
And here's the thing though, like I think the subscription argument against the French courts would have worked if Steam was legitimately a subscription service. Like I
it's
think
kind of a dumb argument from Valve.
No,
yeah, it was
is
a
it
really
a dumb
I
argument,
don't know where
or
they thought they were going with
or
that.
are the licenses actually a subscription that we're buying, and we
It
don't
is-
actually know
it
that?
is-
It's not a subscription.
It's not as a subscription. It's an indefinite rental that can be.
Could that?
removed.
But isn't that in
a
and of
subscription
itself
would be
technically a
recurring
subscription?
payments.
Yeah.
Normally,
Recurring regular payments.
but what if there's a clause? And I don't know if there is. What if there's a clause in the licenses we all have that say that Steam could charge us again at any time?
They
If that's the
absolutely could.
case, then
also,
maybe
also a subscription doesn't have to be recurring. They could say it's a one-time subscription of $9.99 and then a continuing subscription of $0.
That's not that's okay. Well, okay. I don't think
Yeah.
they're doing that though.
That's
I'm
a
not getting
bit-
billed $0.
That's the beauty about fine
every
print and terms
month.
and conditions. Everything is an interpretation. You can read it however you want.
I kind of think that like it makes sense like from a consumer's perspective where it's like, yeah, I want to sell this app that I bought, but I kind of don't want it. I kind of think it's too messy.
What?
I kind of think this whole thing is too messy. Like the fact that we've already come up with like weird like things where it's like, well, when do you like how do you prove you're in France or whatever? Then there's some countries that don't abide by it. Then there's other problems where it's like people could do that like sharing thing where like I buy control off of you at night and you buy it off of me during the day. So people could like awkwardly do that. Like I feel like we're entering a point in which we're getting too like it's
If
so
there's-
efficient to play stuff and consume content that it's like Jesus Christ. Like
if there's any one thing to absolutely push subscription services forward, would be them forcing the ability to sell it. Because then developers and platforms are absolutely going to go on the subscription
100%.
and say, well, we're not just going to sell you this game anymore. You can only subscribe to it. That is how they're going to. So thank you, French courts. You're gonna push forward some subscription services.
Well, what's interesting too is like games get pulled now digitally, but it's like you can't like take my disc kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like you know damn well that when these subscription services take off that they're going to do things like, well, if you don't play Gears 5 in November, then you can't play it ever again. They'll fucking do that
What's the point of that though?
to get you. You better
to
subscribe
get
today,
you,
or what are you
subscribe
doing?
in that moment?
And then you lose money after that. Then
Well,
there's no chance
no,
to
but
get money from that.
They'll
game?
do stuff like that, or they'll do stuff like
There's
timed
going to
events.
be games coming and going from the subscription plan.
Yeah, but what they'll do is they'll like hide those games away. Like they'll hide those games away, and there also won't be a way to purchase them. Like right now,
Yeah,
it's
but
like
that's how Netflix works too.
The
When
Disney
Netflix, when a
Vault.
movie leaves Netflix, you can't get that on Netflix.
No,
you
no,
can't
no.
buy it on Netflix.
no, but you could buy it. Like it's available on the market.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about this world where reselling comes in, the companies say "fuck this," which is probably what they will say, and then they go full subscription service on everything.
think-
Now we're gonna have these things called like
the-
Steam Originals
But the
and
problem
crap.
the problem with that though is a lot of games have recurring payment methods inside of them.
Yeah.
So if you buy Gears 5 and you want to buy the DLC or you want to buy whatever cards they got or whatever
Yeah.
microtransactions there are, locking new players out from that is not very smart.
MMOs though will shut down
Yeah.
after people have paid hundreds, if not thousands, sometimes.
What do you mean they'll shut down?
They'll shut down. Like people played Galaxy of Heroes or whatever years ago. Was that Star Wars
Yeah,
game?
but that's
or
not
whatever.
that's not because they wanted people to keep playing their game and they weren't.
You're correct, but they'll like think about these timed events where people like years ago before timed events came out, like timed events as they sit today.
Yeah.
Years ago, we would never have said that they would do stuff like this. We'd be like, no, like they'll just keep adding events and maybe you have to do them in order or something, but like and it'll be a grind to keep us playing. But no, like they'll stick around. No one would ever assume like, oh, by the way, there's battle passes and you have to like do it within a certain day or too bad. Like you have to buy it and you have to do it within a certain amount of months or you're screwed. We would never
But-
have estimated that, but
Yes.
they will use
But
the fact that
why would Fortnite say no one else can play our game? If you didn't play it in the first year, no one else forever can now play this game.
maybe not that.
Why would that happen?
Maybe they'll lock out big parts. Like, oh, you can't play.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, not
Or-
fine, but I mean, yeah, I would understand that.
What this does, though, I think is what we're actually ultimately getting at is the fact that this gives them more control.
Yeah.
Like they might be like, well, you better play. Like a good one is Alan Wake. Like Alan Wake went away, and
fuck.
then it came back or something. I don't remember, but like it
That was
went
for
away.
legal reasons, though.
It went away for legal reasons. Okay,
Yeah.
great. But now the fact that no one owns anything. This gives a whole bunch of people a whole bunch of control. So now music licenses could just be for 1 year. So then people would just play Alan Wake for the first year. Like you could just do the 1 year thing and then be like, no, too bad. You didn't play Control in the first year? Didn't play it then. You missed out. Wait for the HD remaster in 2 years, but it'll only be available for a year. Because no one else is quote unquote downloading it, not en masse anymore.
I mean, that's kind of how things have been happening, though. If you, I mean, I guess you could still go out and buy like a PS2 and then find the game somewhere.
What about games that release every year? Perfect example. Call of Duty. Can't play Call of Duty after it's already done for a year. Better buy the new one. Oh, you didn't play the new one? No. That would force them for you to go to, you know,
See, that makes more sense.
That makes sense. See, but like it's giving them control. They are going to come up with better methods than we're just shooting around now.
Yeah, for sure.
To fuck us over.
Mhm.
Sounds like the future sucks.
Consumer rights.
Nope. Well, wait. No, this is a good question. Is like at the end of the day here now, do you still agree with reselling digital goods then? If it's going to push things into a consumer unfriendly
Here's the thing. As a fundamental base, just the act of reselling something I own even digitally, yes, I agree with it. I do understand this would come with a shit ton of other problems. And we would have to have regulations on top of that to then protect.
You'd somehow have to
consumers.
protect the content that you subscribe to.
Yeah.
And then you're forcing things like Netflix, for example, to keep shows for longer or forever. So then now you're forcing them to pay more, which then raises the price on the consumer again. This is a mess. We've given up control, everybody.
That's a game.
Thank you. That's only available for 1 year. Not really though. But could they?
I mean, it's still a balance, though, right? They can't piss off consumers too much that then they just stop subscribing.
But so you're gonna just stop your own only like some people's only hobby though? You know what I mean?
If you really start pushing people, yes. That's what I'm saying. There's a balance. There's an amount of money we're willing to pay, and there's an amount of bullshit we're willing to take. But there's a tipping point. And they can push the prices right up until a certain point.
I actually have an interesting theory, and it's a theory that I don't necessarily agree with. Like I'm on the fence about it. But you know how like we were against microtransactions, and then now there's microtransactions everywhere, and they've gotten greasier and greasier and greasier, timed events, a whole bit. What that's done essentially is like it's introduced kids to the microtransactions, so then it's just a part of their lives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know how like people keep saying like the whole world's in debt and all this crap? Are we making kids slowly think that they can never own anything?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, don't own a car, just take an Uber or take the Tesla taxi.
Well, this is
Don't buy a house. Live in something that like is something mandated or
This is all part of
absolutely.
the service economy.
Yeah.
not owning.
You're not
a
gonna.
house?
You're not
Yeah.
going to. It's not a buyer's market anymore. It's a
No.
renter's market.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, for real estate, I understand, but like at the end of the day, here, if you had enough
Oh,
money, you could
no,
purchase real
no,
estate.
buddy.
What I'm saying is like, are they getting rid of even that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is what it's going to be like in 15 to 20 years. You're not going to even rent a place to live. You're going to subscribe to a place you live, and you're going to subscribe to the Google condo areas of Toronto. But hey, if I want to go over there, Google doesn't have that area. That is a
Microsoft area or something.
Microsoft or an Amazon area. Oh, I am paying into this tier of Google, but I want this slightly different condo layout. It is within my tier, so I can swap over that, but I will just have to wait for one to become vacant. And I want this one. Oh, I want to go up to this floor? Well, that's in this tier. And that's how that's going to work.
See,
that is the fucking future we're towards.
my question is this slowly though going to like eventually is there a breaking point in which humans are going to be like, I need to own something? Like even something like your phone, right? Like your phone has a lot of subscription services that it could access.
But they have subscription services for phones.
No,
Apple has like a trade-in program where you essentially just pay for it.
That's more of an upgrade thing though. Like that's just if
No, but
you
you
specifically want to upgrade.
But you don't own the phone. You get a new one every year, just like you do software updates.
Yeah.
But you never own that phone.
How much
just
is it?
constantly cycles through your account.
No,
I'm not sure.
correct, but that is more expensive than owning the phone.
Not if you upgrade every year. No,
It isn't.
It's cheaper than if you like bought outright the phone every year.
Well, they probably sell that as a refurb.
Yeah, they make more money off of having
course.
that phone again. Yeah.
But like that type of stuff is more niche because
saying,
it's for people that like the cutting edge shit.
But I'm just saying that that's already an example of something that is vital to your life nowadays.
Yeah.
That you don't own.
But like it's more of a question of like, could you
own.
imagine being like you bought new speakers there for your desk? Imagine them being like, no, like you have to subscribe to these speakers. Like what I'm wondering is like even if like I mentioned the thing where the kids are introduced to the microtransactions, blah blah blah. If they're introduced into a world where everything's a subscription, is there a point though, just in human, I don't know, instinct, where you're like, I don't own my toothbrush?
That'd be pretty bad, yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't own my toothbrush. I don't own.
I have to watch his ad on my mirror before I can use my toothbrush.
Fucking Black Mirror, literally.
Yeah, like Black Mirror, yeah.
There's a Black Mirror episode where your abilities to do stuff in life is based on your social your star
That's
rating.
in China. That's already happening in China.
What?
There is a town in China where you
Have you even seen this?
where you rate people,
Yeah.
and then you can't buy a train ticket if your rating's poor.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
No,
Really?
yeah, 100%. And it's being rolled out to the rest of China.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, that is terrifying.
The thing is,
That
though,
is
is like
terrifying.
to be fair, that is a totally different culture. So like we can't use them as a direct example. We can use them as an example if we start going that way, but we're not necessarily going that way.
But oh fuck, that's brutal. I thought that was just like a really
No, that's real.
good
That's real.
fictional prediction.
I can show
that
you
Black-
I can show you a real short video about it. It gives a real nice synopsis.
Oh fuck off. Yeah,
Yeah.
send me that. That's brutal. That is degrading. That is degrading.
Also, at the end of the day, though, we might just be the old buggers complaining about the kids on their, doing whatever they're doing.
No, but what I think we're complaining about though is legitimate. I'm not necessarily
No, but
concerned about.
Here's the thing: every generation thinks that their complaints about what's happening is legitimate.
That is correct.
And we've evolved and gone through it, and it's been fine for the most part.
That is correct.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't be cautious.
But money has never changed, and we're now talking about something where money never stops flowing, and you never own the thing the flowing money goes to.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No. Well, we'll see.
So you think it's good that you would never stop paying for a mortgage? You
No.
would never stop paying for your speakers or your toothbrush.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying we'll see. From what I've learned, just a lot of things I've watched and seen, people trying to predict the future are usually wrong.
No, correct. Like
So-
that's what I meant by is there a limit
So,
where people
well,
are
I'm
just
just
going to be
saying
like, you know
we
what, the
have
hell with
to-
this. Like I need to own my
You
toothbrush.
just simply have to be cautious and see what happens.
That's why I decided to buy property when I did.
But like they might
I-
take it away from you. They could be like, sorry, property ownership is fucking dunzo, buddy. Sorry.
They would have to change the laws.
That's
though.
the government.
Go ahead.
That's the government doing an eminent domain, and that is incredibly rare. And that's
Incredibly rare, but in the future.
I'm
future.
convinced people who have bought property, you're good as of now. But like, there are
because someone has to own those subscription, whatever that product you're subscribing to. Someone has to own it.
Hey,
So
Illuminati.
if you're renting from a house, someone owns that house.
That's why I figured I want to eventually own a piece.
Not
of property, which I'm
necessarily
gonna
though.
rent out to somebody
You're
else.
what if that house is in Canada, it's owned by the government, and you are paying rent to live on this land?
I am assuming then.
No, but I'm saying right now I own this. Like we own this house, my family.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what if that's taken away
I
from you?
could then- I
Sorry,
could
sorry.
then-
Ownership is no longer a thing. Please surrender this to the
that
government of
is
Canada.
that is a
completely
far,
different ballgame.
That is
yeah.
a far down the line Gene Roddenberry future. I completely welcome that. I'm
You
totally
welcome that.
You welcome that. We were just bitching about it.
No, I'm talking about like a Star Trek level esque ownership system.
Oh, you're
Like that is way down the fucking line, and I'm totally okay for that. There's actually I'm going to send you. We should watch a really good video on the concept of ownership in Star Trek. Well, actually, I'll put it on after this.
There's
It's really good.
it would scare me to not own like the chair I sit in. Like what the hell is going on? Like
I mean,
it's
some people
one
don't.
thing.
Some people don't though.
But it's one thing to not own a movie where it's more consumable than anything. Where it's like I've seen this.
It's not fundamental to your survival either.
Yeah, it's like I've seen this, but imagine it being like imagine you having to subscribe to food, for example, where it's like I don't know, food just shows up in your fridge and then it just stops one day. Like you couldn't.
That exists too.
Buddy, guess what? That's called Blue Apron. That absolutely
No.
exists.
But again, though, that's like more cutting edge optional thing where it's like I want a healthy meal thing, so I'm going to sign up to a plan. That's like Nutrisystem. You know, it's not exactly that, but like Nutrisystem is similar, but for dieting. Like there's always going to be cutting edge stuff like that. But what I'm saying is right now you could shop around and get a better deal, but with subscriptions everything regulates out, so then there's no better deal. Like there's no shopping around at all.
Wow. I'm
Scared. I'm scared now.
I'm scared.
I'm not scared.
But
I started this apprehensive and now I'm scared.
I don't know. I'm curious, but also scared for the future. Especially for ownership has always been a weird, sticky. Like I said, like I bought a condo when I did because something somebody said to me once made me do it, and I told myself, I'm like, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to be able to do it later. So that's why I did it.
I'm not trying to like talk that down. I'm just talking about like in terms of like a fundamental shift. Like how is this going to work? Like we're talking about all our content going online, but then once like going online and becoming subscriptions, but then once that happens, then I think companies are going to realize like, wait a second, if someone buys an iPhone and keeps it for 5 years, I'm not making money off of them for let's say 4 years. So then I want money. So like maybe I just shut off your iPhone. Like they could do this.
This is
like,
why companies are getting into services, because they've reached peak capacity with sales on their phones.
Yeah.
And they need you who already own the phone to now be paying into subscriptions. Mm-hmm. That's why Apple has all these services coming out, because their services sector is skyrocketing, where their iPhone sales are planing off.
You know what would be really interesting though, in terms of just straight up capitalism competition or whatever, if we go to the subscription route, I like how this started with Steam and something.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's a serious question. Like, I wonder if the company that actually sells you whatever it is would actually become the biggest company. So it's like everyone goes subscription, but it's not illegal to own something. And then this one company comes out and is like, no, you come into our like Walmart like thing, and the clothes you buy is what you purchase. Your consoles that you buy is your consoles, your your pants, whatever, your food, everything you purchase here, you own it.
Yeah, I think that's the difference right now. The subscriptions we're paying for are more convenient than what was in the past, and so we're willing to make a small sacrifice of having to pay every month, for that convenience. But if it becomes a burden, then you're right. Some other company will come in and fill that void where people are now want to own things again.
Yeah.
The market will move it. Consumers don't understand. They control the market.
They control the market as much as they don't rely on something. Like if all the big, and there's not many of the big food conglomerates come out and they all say, you know what? Fuck all your grocery stores. You pay $30 a day for your food, or you don't eat.
Yeah,
they could do it.
Yeah,
all of the conglomerates.
That's a different scenario. But I mean, if movies were only subscription, right?
Yeah.
And people didn't want that anymore, they could just stop buying movies, and then they'd have to start selling you them.
See, the thing with movies is interesting too, because the Netflix is recurring. I understand that, but actually, because movies are quote unquote consumable, in other words, like you can't just have one forever. You could, but that's ridiculous. You're almost buying a subscription. Like I've bought a couple movies on Google Play Video, whatever the hell it's called. Now, if I want to go buy a digital movie, I'm probably going to go to Google Play Video, which is not a subscription, but it is recurring, just not reliably for them. Like, it's like I buy one movie, I watch it, then I want to buy a second movie. Where am I going to buy it? Probably there.
But they probably make more money off you if you had a subscription.
Probably not, though.
Because that 1 month you don't buy a movie is just free money to them. They had to sell you nothing.
Probably not, though, because I'm not actually using that server space. Because you stream the movie, right, from Google Play or whatever.
But then what's the advantage of going streaming? Why isn't Netflix just selling movies?
Because they have a rotating library. Like that's for people that want a huge selection. I'm talking about like I like to own my movies. Like if I really like a movie, I want to own it. Mm-hmm. And if like Blu-rays are dying out, whatever, so then I would then start purchasing it digitally. Like specifically if I really like something. But like something like The Boys, the Amazon Prime series The Boys, I don't mind it, but I don't love it, so I would never buy it.
They're one of my clients.
There you
go. But the difference is, I think, Matt, though, they pay a license. I think they pay per view or per completed view.
Interesting.
Like it's not, and don't get like I don't get confused with the label of Amazon Original and Amazon or Netflix Original. Like they are still paying per view even to those originals. Quote unquote. So you not watching something on Netflix for a month while you still pay is beneficial to them.
No, but that's exactly what I mean. Is like, let's say for example, I pay. We wanted to watch Escape from New York. It wasn't available to rent. It was only available to purchase. I was like, this is probably a good movie. I'm just gonna buy it. $13, whatever. Bang. Buy it. I think it was $13. Buy it $13. Bang. That's done. So now I own that. It's in my Play movie, whatever. But when I'm on Netflix, if I pay, I know it's more now, but let's just say it's the $8 a month it used to be. If it's $8 a month and I watch 10 movies, and not only have I used a bunch of their server infrastructure and crap like that, my dollars have been spread out now, like as you're saying, per view across all the thing. Mm-hmm. But Google Play Video itself is giving a small cut to whoever owns Escape from New York, and then full stop. Now that transaction is done, but they've kept a bunch of it, and I'm not constantly using their service. If I go and unless I like start streaming that thing like a crazy person, which most people wouldn't. Now I go and buy another thing. In a couple of months, it's $13. I'm still, or more, I'm still in the black, and I'm only contributing to one thing. So now Google is giving away less. Like if I have a Netflix subscription for 2 months, I watch a bunch of stuff the first month, and I don't watch it on the second month, they get all that money. Mm-hmm. But when I buy something on a fixed schedule for my own ownership, they get a fixed amount of money, and so does the other person. The owner of the video itself.
Yeah, but the problem is that's never consistent. Like their things are going to go.
It's never consistent like every month, but it is pretty consistent.
Everyone in the world who ever buys stuff off Google decided, hey, for the month of December we're not buying shit, Google's in some serious fucking trouble. If there isn't a single transaction done on the Google Play Store.
But that does sound ridiculous. Like
it is ridiculous.
This might be why the Stadia is not a subscription service.
I thought it is a subscription.
Is it a subscription service for all the games?
It has a subscription portion.
Yeah, there's both. You can do piecemeal.
Yes.
But that I guess that's what I meant is like that it's not solely.
It's
like
not solely.
that you. This is probably why. It's because they realize, hey, if someone buys Assassin's Creed once, we're going to make more money off of them.
No, I think it's just a different. Games are a lot more expensive than a movie. And it's just a different animal, I think.
Yeah.
Games are also appealing to a lesser market than movies. Hence is why movies are cheaper.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because they get the old folk and the young folk and the people who don't play games.
Yeah, but
everybody watches
video
movies.
Games are I think bigger than you think.
They're blowing up, but like
GTA is the biggest selling entertainment piece of software ever.
But I know a lot of people that don't play games.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they have a
I don't know people that don't watch movies.
But a movie ticket is $10. A game is 90.
Yeah. But that's exactly the reason. Is I don't know anybody.
No, they make a lot of money though. I'm saying.
On what? On games?
The gaming industry is massive, yes.
Oh, yes, yeah, of course.
It's not like so small that it's insignificant to Hollywood.
Although with projects like Red Dead, that's way more money than a movie is to make.
Yes.
So, I mean, that makes sense, too.
Yeah.
I'm scared of this digital shit.
I'm surprised that Stadia is doing piecemeal purchase. That is not just a subscription. I'm actually shocked that they're allowing individual.
I think it would be too expensive, I think. If you offered like 100 full-fledged AAA games at $15 a month, I don't think you'd be making money.
Yeah, but like now, if I'm somebody who only ever buys games and I buy Assassin's Creed and I play it there once and I finish it, never touch it again, and I do the same thing with whatever, like they have to forever keep that infrastructure going, and they have to forfeit future costs to make sure that thing's up and running if I ever want to play that thing in fucking 50 years.
Game Pass is essentially a streaming service without streaming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's where the reoccurring cost comes in. They don't give a shit about that.
I don't know how they're making money with that though. I don't know how they're doing it.
To be honest, I don't think they are.
Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
What?
Xbox Live Gold.
What about it?
Like it's probably that. You're getting brought into the ecosystem.
But Game Pass alone doesn't give you gold.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So you're saying they want you to subscribe to Game Pass so you get gold. Because you need gold to play most games, right?
Well, the thing is so there's a Game Pass PC now, but you have to buy an Xbox. So now you're in. Then you buy Game Pass. Mm-hmm. You want to play a game online, so you got to buy gold. And then now you start using it for Netflix. Netflix doesn't have a movie you want, so you look on your Xbox and you find out that they also sell movies, and now you buy movies there. It's just, and then if you do it on the PC, you're buying Windows, and now you're stuck with Windows.
It would explain why they so like of course there's an ultimate one which combines everything together, and eventually when they get enough subscriptions that
They're going to increase the price.
They're going to not only increase the price, but they're going to slowly discontinue the other ones.
Yeah.
And they're not going to announce gold or one Game Pass or the other. It's just going to be Xbox.
I think you're right. I don't think they're making money on that right now.
Yeah, they're absolutely not making money. And they're not.
We got Gears Ultimate for what was it, $10 a month?
I got it for way fucking less. When you work out what I'm paying for Game Pass per month right now,
Oh yeah,
I have Game Pass
yeah, that's right.
for 3 months at like $1.
Yeah,
At least I'm paying like 33 cents a month for that thing.
All right,
And I
That's
fully
all the
intend
time
on
we
canceling.
got.
I fully intend on canceling. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. At the very least, I'm going to get rid of the Ultimate one because the gold
Well,
means
you
shit.
need more PC games too. There's not a lot of PC games on there yet.
There's not a lot. Of
It's
PC
a
games.
beta still, isn't it?
It's a beta, but there is actually enough on there that could keep me occupied for a couple months. Like not only is there Gears, but like Vampires on there that I wanted to play. Metro Exodus is on there. Bloodstained, and the Halos could occupy me for a long time.
Yeah.
So, at the very least, I would downgrade to Xbox Game Pass because I'm playing the Ultimate one.
You know
which doesn't make because I don't need gold.
You don't need an Xbox, right?
I don't need the gold
yeah.
portion because I don't have an Xbox and I don't require it.
That's actually the interesting thing, though,
Sea of
is like
Forza.
this enters that realm of one purchase and you get a fixed amount. People who play games aren't necessarily jumping. It'd be weird for you to jump from this game to play for 10 minutes, this one to play for 10 minutes, this one. Adriano, for example, would only play maybe 1 or 2 games in a month. He would play Gears with you, let's say, for example, and then he would
Sea
play
of Thieves with you.
Then he'd play Sea of Thieves with me, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, so then,
But believe it or not, if there's one subscription service in which I could see myself sticking with, it would probably be a Xbox Xbox Gaming Pass.
I buy everything, any Microsoft subscription they offer, I just buy it.
Jeez.
Just like, oh, there's another subscription. Boop,
Yeah.
here's my card. Although I found out I don't have Ultimate. It didn't go through. Something didn't work. Something happened. I don't know what happened.
I don't think
We both signed up for it right at E3 when they announced it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I wonder if something got mucked up in the early days of it.
Well, I wonder if I didn't press like accept or something once, and I just closed it. It was like, oh, I upgraded, and then closed it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time we got. See you guys next week.
scary digital future.
I'm scared now. Yeah.
That's gonna be fine.
Peace.